Hi, I'm Matt Shadetek. I'm a producer and DJ based in Brooklyn, New York. I'm also the senior Logic instructor for Dubspot and for Dubspot Online. In this tutorial, what we're going to look at is adding some kind of gated, chopped up vocal sounds to this house track that we have here. Heard the track in the intro and you heard the chopped vocal sounds in there, and so what we're going to do is we're going to use the ES1 synthesizer as a filter and a gate. So it's a little bit of a non-traditional approach, but I think it's a little bit faster than the traditional approach of using a gate, so hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So I'm using this Apple loop here, Carla Melody 02, and so let's just drag that in. I'm going to recreate the piece from scratch here. So here it is. So I'm just using that first bar and just looping it again and again. Now, what I'm also doing is I'm using some speed fades on here. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the region settings, choose more, and then I'm going to change fade in to a speed up. And I think I did about 500 here. Yeah, as you can see, more or less. And that is going to turn it into this. Right, we get that nice little pitch bend on the audio there, nice and easy. And then I'm going to repeat it, and then for the second one, we're going to do another, in this case, a slow down, and we're going to do maybe 650, I think is what I did there. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, so now we've got this. Now, that is good, right? And so I'm just going to take this and copy it out a few times. We'll just focus on this first loop here. And now what we want to do is get that filtering and that chopping in and out sound. And the way that I'm doing that is using the ES1 synthesizer as a gate. So the ES1 has the capacity to run audio through it. So I'm going to create a new software instrument track. And then I'm going to go over here to the instrument slot, choose the ES1. We'll load it in stereo. And what we're going to do is over here we can choose what we're listening to. So we're going to use just the sub oscillator here, and we're going to switch it to an external source, right? And so, and let's just name this, I just need to name this differently because I have two of them in here, but we'll name that Vox. We'll go into the ES1, and then here in the sidechain input, we're going to choose audio to Vox, right? So we're going to choose our audio track and run it into the synthesizer. Now what's happening is that the audio is going to pass through the synthesizer and any processing that's going on, including the filter here, and we can control the volume using MIDI notes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my MIDI notes that I have here, and don't be confused by all these muted notes. We can just do Shift M to select those and delete them. So we just have a really simple pattern here of notes, and actually before we even listen to it through with the vocal, let's just, and in fact, you can ignore the pitch. I actually just took another one of my parts and threw it on there. Now I'm going to drag it back down, so we're listening to the sub, and now what we'll hear is we hear the audio passing through. Now right now it's getting processed pretty heavily by the filter. We've got some drive here, which I'm going to turn down. We've got some resonance, which I'm also going to turn down. I'm going to open it all the way up to start. Very nice. Now, if we want to, we can play with the amplitude envelope here to make it harder or softer, or we can go for... So it gives us a lot of nice control, and obviously it's really easy to sequence this because we're just sequencing MIDI notes. And so the key here, right, is you're going to get your audio track, and you can do this with anything that you want. You could also run another synthesizer, like in this case I've got my organ or whatever. You could run that into a bus and then choose one of the buses. So the same type of deal. It's just a little easier with audio, right, because we can just choose it directly. But if you run anything into a bus, you can process it the same way. And so we can create these cool gate effects. And then the last thing that I'll do is I'll just set up a little bit of automation on this, because now we can process, let's mute the original, we can process this with the filter, right? So I'm going to switch to latch mode, jump into the ES1, let's pull the cutoff down here, we'll give it a little bit of resonance, and we can do this. Now, what we were getting there was a little bit of filter FM, which is here in the preset. I'm just going to turn that off. There we go. And I'm just going to max out the volume. And actually, we don't want to automate that, but anyway, that's fine. So now we've got our part. We could add a little reverb, a little delay, which is what I did over here on the original, and we can end up with something like this. That cutoff automation. So hopefully that was helpful for you. Just a little quick tip for your workflow. If you'd like to learn about me, you can check me out at mattshadetek.com. I'm also at Matt Shadetek on Twitter. And if you'd like to learn more about Dubspot, check out dubspot.com. We've got a full 48 class Logic course where you can learn all these techniques and many, many more. You could take that online, or you can take that at our school in New York City or our school in LA.
Welcome to Dubspot. We believe in providing you hands-on experience right away. Whether you're completely new to music and want to turn the sounds in your head into a musical reality, or you're an experienced artist looking to refine your skills and add new tools to your arsenal, we're ready to meet you at your level. For students of all ages, all levels, and all styles of music, Dubspot is here to help you achieve your goals. With course offerings both online wherever you are and at our school in the heart of New York City, we are ready to guide you through the next phase of your musical transformation. Whether you want to produce music, DJ, or do both, you've come to the right place. Come explore Dubspot for yourself. Become a part of our community and make music.